A successful businessman was growing old and knew it was time to choose a successor to take over the business. Instead of choosing one of his directors or his children, he decided to do something different. He called all the young executives in his company together. He said, "It is time for me to step down and choose the next CEO. I have decided to choose one of you." The young executives were shocked, but the boss continued, "I am going to give each one of you a seed today. One very special seed. I want you to plant the seed, water it, and come back here 1 year from today with what you have grown from the seed I have given you. I will then judge the plants that you bring, and the one I choose will be the next CEO." Hello and welcome to our channel, honestyisthebestpolicy. We bring you highly motivating stories, inspiring contents, and help you lead your life in a better way. Kindly subscribe, share, and like. One man named Jim was there that day, and he, like others, received a seed. He went home and excitedly told his wife the story. She helped him get a pot, soil, and compost, and he planted the seed. Every day, he would water it and watch to see if it had grown. After about 3 weeks, some of the other executives began to talk about their seeds and the plants that they were beginning to grow. Jim kept checking his seeds, but nothing ever grew. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks went by. Still nothing. By now, others were talking about the plants, but Jim didn't have a plant and he felt like an utter failure. 6 months went by. Still nothing in Jim's pot. He just knew he had killed his seed. Everyone else had trees and tall plants, but he had nothing. Jim didn't say anything to his colleagues. However, he just kept watering and fertilizing the soil. He so wanted the seed to grow. A year finally went by, and all the young executives of the company brought their plants to the CEO for inspection. Jim told his wife he wasn't going to take an empty pot, but she asked him to be honest about what happened. Jim felt sick to his stomach. It was going to be the most embarrassing moment of his life, but he knew his wife was right. Finally, he took his empty pot to the boardroom. When Jim arrived, he was amazed at the variety of plants grown by the other executives. They were beautiful in all shapes and sizes. When the CEO arrived, he surveyed the room and greeted his young executives. Jim just tried to hide in the back. "Oh my, what great plants, trees, and flowers you have grown," said the CEO. "Today, one of you will be appointed the next CEO." All of a sudden, the CEO spotted Jim at the back of the room with his empty pot. He ordered the financial director to bring him to the front. Jim was terrified. He thought, "The CEO knows I'm a failure. Maybe he will have me fired." When Jim got to the front, the CEO asked him what happened to his seed. Jim told him the story. The CEO asked everyone to sit down except Jim. He looked at Jim and then announced to the young executives, "Behold, your next chief executive officer. His name is Jim." Jim couldn't believe it. How could he be the next CEO? The others said. Then the CEO said, "1 year ago today, I gave everyone in this room a seed. I told you to take the seed, plant it, water it, and bring it back to me today. But I gave you all boiled seeds. They were dead. It was impossible for them to grow. All of you, except Jim, have brought me trees and plants and flowers. When you found that the seed would not grow, you substituted another seed for the one I gave you. Jim was the only one with courage and honesty to bring me a pot with my seed in it. Therefore, he is the one who will be the new chief executive officer." Friends, if you plant honesty, you will reap trust. If you plant goodness, you will reap friends. If you plant humility, you will reap greatness. If you plant faith, you will reap a harvest. So be very careful what you plant now. It will determine what you will reap later. Whatever you give to life, life gives you back. Friends, I hope you like the stories that we are bringing. Kindly like, comment, and share. Aham Dhanyosmi.